Hey, what's up guys, it's Best here. This is my review of the second generation iPad mini. Now, when the first generation iPad mini launched, the smaller tablet market was really just starting to get underway, and now we have a couple really good offerings from Google with the Nexus 7 and also Amazon with the Kindle Fire. Now we have this new iPad mini, which in a lot of ways is playing catch up to those other tablets. So I'm going to see where this tablet can stand against all those other tablets on the market right now. As we take a look at the design of the iPad mini, not a lot has changed from the first generation. Besides the slight changes to the color options that you have now, you have the space gray version, which comes with the black bezel on the front, and then you have the silver version, which comes with the white bezel on the front. This iPad mini is practically identical to the first generation. The dimensions are basically the same. The height, width, and depth are almost identical, but the difference you will notice is going to be with the weight, where this new generation iPad mini comes in at 0.73 pounds, and the previous generation came in at 0.68 pounds. And the reason for this weight change is because of the new addition to the hardware of this iPad mini, which is the Retina Display. And now the Retina Display is still 7.9 inches, but they bumped up the resolution from 1024 by 768 all the way up to 2048 by 1536. So that's going to make a difference between 163 ppi for the first gen all the way up to 326 ppi for the second gen, and you will notice a difference the first time you turn it on. And now having a Retina display is all fine and dandy, but I would say this particular display is the worst Retina display that I've used on an Apple product. Now again, I'm not saying that I can't look at this thing, it's horrible to look at, but the color saturation is off, and just overall when you just take a look at it and then look at something like the iPad Air or even your iPhone 5s, you can just see that it's not really the same type of quality. But with that being said, it still is one of the best displays on the market, probably second behind the Nexus 7 in my personal opinion, but still going to be great for those people who are upgrading from the previous iPad mini. You're going to notice a huge difference in how sharp the text is, how bright the pictures are, and also how great video looks on it. And so with the addition of this Retina display and also Apple keeping the dimensions and the weight pretty close to what it was with the first generation iPad mini, you have a device which is going to feel awesome in your hand. And compared to the rest of the 7 to 8 inch tablets on the market, this iPad mini easily has the best build quality. Now, a tablet that has mini in its name may make you automatically think that this tablet may not be able to keep up with the bigger tablets on the market, more importantly the iPad Air. But Apple did not skip out on the tech specs with this thing. They did throw in the same exact processor that's in the iPhone 5s and also in the iPad Air. You get that dual-core A7 processor alongside the M7 Motion co-processor, and then also you have 1 GB of RAM. You have the option between 16, 32, 64, and 128 GB for the storage configurations. You have the dual-band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.0. And so what all this means is that this statement right here is absolutely true now, that the iPad mini is just a smaller version of the iPad Air, where last year the iPad mini was not just a smaller version of the iPad because it was missing the Retina display and all that other stuff. So just like the Air, the mini does have dual microphones at the top now, and also the speakers are improved. They're a lot louder. The bass is more prominent, but because Apple still elects to put both speakers on one side, it is prone for you to be able to cover up one of those speakers with your hand and when you are gaming or watching a movie in landscape mode, which definitely decreases the audio quality. Now, this new iPad mini may be smaller than the iPad Air and also have a smaller battery, but it still gets the same battery performance that you'll find of its bigger brother. And so you should be able to get around 9 hours worth of use out of this iPad mini on average. Now, if you just use it occasionally throughout the day, I was able to have my iPad mini last for at least 3 days before I needed to put it back on the charger. So the iPad mini is definitely not going to disappoint in the battery category. Now moving on to the cameras, you find the same exact cameras that are in the iPad Air. You have the front-facing FaceTime HD camera, which is going to be 1.2 megapixel and can take 720p HD video. And then on the rear, you have the 5 megapixel iSight camera that can record 1080p HD video and has an aperture of f2.4. And so you add these new cameras and also the enhancements that iOS 7 make, like you have the ability now to do 3x video zoom. And this camera is going to be easily, again, alongside the iPad Air with the best cameras on a tablet on the market right now for those times that you do need to shoot with it. Now, when we speak software, iOS 7, we all know about it right now. And so if you like iOS 7, you're gonna like it on the iPad mini Retina. If you don't like iOS 7, you're not gonna like it on the Retina. And that's basically what it comes down to. I've already covered all the features in a lot of other videos before. We know about the control center. We know about everything with the improved multitasking and stuff. But just overall, the performance of iOS 7 on this iPad mini with Retina display, it's gonna make it a lot easier for people who are coming from the bigger iPad down to this iPad mini. But occasionally I did see some stuttering while gaming. Just playing games games like Infinity Blade or GTR Racing and other games like that that really push the tablet. But for general performance, I didn't see any hiccups. And then you add in the fact that you have a huge selection of iPad-ready applications in the App Store, not just cell phone apps that are going to be scaled up for it. This iPad mini with the Retina display really kind of separates itself from the rest of the 7 to 8 inch tablets out there because of the selection of applications that can run on here and how they take advantage of the hardware and the software combo that Apple has put together. So just wrapping things up, there was really just one thing in this review that brought things down. That was the quality of the Retina display. It still is sharp. It still is a really good display, but it's just not kind of on that same standard of other Apple devices, and especially against other tablets like the Nexus 7. So besides that, this iPad mini can keep up with the big dogs when it comes to performance. And when it comes to design and hardware, you're not going to find a lot of tablets on the market right now that will beat out this iPad mini in just overall build quality. And so if you're able to forgive the starting price point of $399 for this iPad mini with Retina display, and it goes all the way up to $699 if you want the 128 gigabyte Wi-Fi only version, and that same 128 gigabyte Wi-Fi plus cellular option is going to cost you $829. And with other tablets like the Nexus 7 on the market right now starting at $230, you do have some options right now, but without a doubt this iPad mini with Retina display is going to be the best tablet for its size that you can get right now today. And so that about wraps me up. Thanks for watching this review like always. So leave a comment down below about what you think about this iPad mini, and let me know what other products that you'll like to see me cover on this channel. And thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you later. Peace.